What's happening, Midwest Street Talk fam? Welcome back to another powerful episode where we shed light on the real stories of the homeless, addicted, and mentally unstable. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and join the Street Warriors where we stand up for those who need a voice. Let's get it. All right, man, thank you for kicking it with Midwest Street Talk, man. Who I got here today?
Amy.
Amy, man, what's up, man? I mean, I ain't gonna act like I don't know you or nothing. All right, Amy. So, man, Amy, are you currently homeless right now?
I'm currently homeless, but got into a shelter.
Oh, okay.
Sadly, the shelter's waiting lists for one of the main shelters where people go is like up to 2 months. But I got lucky and I got into a different shelter. There's only 2 in town here.
Okay, and I'm acting like I don't know about that, but the viewers don't know, so
yeah,
that's gonna be a little bit something that we're gonna update on. We're gonna talk about it a little later on in the conversation. So, Amy, where are you from?
Originally, I was born and raised in Milwaukee.
Milltown. Whoa, that's a tough girl right there, Milwaukee. So, what brought you here?
What brought me here was I moved up north to the Fremont, New London area with my kids because my parents' bar was shot up in Milwaukee, and I wanted to change in lifestyle, but the New London area is too small for the resources and stuff that I needed because I'm a recovering addict. And so I got to move to Appleton because there's more resources, more places to go, more ways to travel.
Okay. So, being raised in Milwaukee, would you say you had a normal childhood?
The best I could. My dad died when I was young. My parents owned a bar, so.
My condolences.
But made me who I am, so that's what matters.
So, what are some of the battles you had as a child? Like, what what kind of traumas did you go through as a child?
My father's death.
Okay, my condolences again to the king.
Feeling that my mom hated me. She was always like, I feel like she favored everybody else. I pretty much like isolated myself, so I went, I don't know how to say, like into my mind when I was little. And like I was stuck there for a while because of the trauma that I seen with my dad. But
how did he pass? Was it traumatic?
It was Hodgkin's disease. He died at home.
Sorry.
And I found him.
And then you found him, so that's kind of deep there. Well, it is real deep. What about siblings? Did you have any siblings in the house?
Yeah, I have 7 brothers and sisters. I mean, adopted ones, extended family. We were all pretty close, but we drifted away as we got older.
Okay. And are any of those siblings a part of your trauma, your childhood trauma? Like, did you go through anything severe or serious with them?
Just an abusive stepfather off and on when he was drinking, but he got help and he stepped up, after a while.
So was it
I watched my mom
abuse,
he would swing on us, he would swing on my mom. So, us as kids, we always felt that we had to protect our mama.
So, kind of in the middle of their argument, sometimes you step in and you catch the brunt of it.
Yeah, I would.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yep.
Are you close to any of those siblings right now to this day?
Not really. My sister and I used to use together, and I prefer not to be around her much because the situation she's in. My brother Corey, I see off and on.
Corey,
yeah. Right. And my other brother Lee, he's in prison. My brother Sean passed away of an overdose 7 years ago.
My condolences.
Yeah, it was rough, but it made me become clean off heroin. So, I guess
congratulations on that too.
A life for a life,
So, in Milwaukee, like coming up there, what kind of crap did you go through in your childhood in Milwaukee?
Well, I grew up on the south side of Milwaukee. My parents owned a bar.
Okay.
So it was all gang band members and stuff like that. I remember my brothers getting beat up at school for not joining gangs.
Whoa.
It was bad. Our parents' bar got shot up. And I pretty much, when I entered high school, I started to be my own person and choose my own career, which was in the military. And pursue my career.
Thank you for
Even though I was pregnant at 16.
Okay.
But I chose that was my job, my responsibility. I didn't want to so-called, opt out. But I just started isolating myself from my family because I just didn't like certain things they did.
Okay. So before we get to the military, because I know that's my next phase, that's a really, I want to dive in there a little bit. So, and we're just so happen to be pulling up to the spot. It's on the next block though, but so we're good. We got a little time. It's right there actually. You were pregnant at 16. What age would you say you hopped off the porch?
I was raped at 13.
Oh God, I'm so sorry to hear that. What, like, did you know the person?
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't want to say.
Was it a family member?
It was a very close family member.
Oh my God, man. Was it in the house or was it?
It was in the house.
Jeez. How often did it happen?
A lot.
For like how many years would you say it went on?
Until I often left the house to go to the military.
Oh my God. Did you?
I think I joined the military to run away.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Did you express this to your mom?
Yeah, my mom turned her back on me. My mom called me a liar and that it wasn't happening. And pretty much she filed a CHIPS petition on me. Yeah, it was bad.
So this started at 13?
Yep. And I would wake up to my mom and him fighting, him hitting my mama. He'd, like, get mad at us. He'd hit us with belts, his fist, whatever.
So it was your stepdad?
Yeah. It was bad.
Amy, I'm so sorry, Amy. Hey, I don't... You're in good hands right now with me.
It made me who I am, so.
Made you stronger.
It made me a very strong person and not to put up with a person doing that to me ever again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did he touch any of the other siblings?
No.
So you pretty much, it all fell on you.
Oh, yeah.
And is this guy still free or?
He is free, but he's gotten counseling and help, and he's much better.
He's a better person.
And I forgave him because he was sick at the time.
And you forgave him. That's the plus. Was he addicted to any drugs or anything?
He was a heavy drinker and he used other drugs off and on.
Okay. And then.
And he also was abused as a child, so.
Yeah.
That's a cycle.
It is a vicious cycle, and thank God you ended it on your end. So my question is, what age did you start to experiment with drugs?
I started when I was about 16 with weed, and then when I got back from the military, you know, it progressed because I was in an accident, and I was prescribed prescription narcotic pain pills. The doctor cut me off because of my THC use, so I turned to heroin because it was cheaper and it was easier to find.
Wow. And that was 16?
No, that was like when I was like 20-something. Like,
okay.
From like, I'd say like 16 to 25, I really didn't do much but smoke weed.
Okay, so we're about to get there then. Okay, so you were recruited for, what was it, the Army?
The Air Force.
The Air Force. Mm-hmm. Through high school? Was it in high school? Or?
Yeah.
So in your high school, you got recruited for the Air Force,
mm-hmm.
and of course you were excited to go.
Yeah.
What were you in the Air Force?
I was a nurse.
You was a nurse. Oh, okay. I'm getting excited a little bit. Shout out to the nurse. So did you serve? Like were you active? Like,
I did 4.5 years overseas.
Whoa, okay. So were you you were active in the war?
Yes.
Did you shoot any guns?
Yes.
Do you have any confirms?
Yes.
Oh my God, this lady is something. So you're like an onion. You got layers here. And,
yeah.
We got a couple minutes to unload before you gotta go in. And I'm looking at the time right now. It's 12:48. So you can take your seatbelt off. Get a little comfortable. So, what was it like? Give me a day-to-day in the Army. I mean, the Air Force.
Oh, I can say it was like a roller coaster. You never knew if it was gonna go on a crash course or not.
Wow.
I don't like talking about it much. I got a lot of PTSD and stuff from it.
And I'm asking God to continue to heal you from the PTSD right now.
I wake up with night terrors. Still 20-some years later.
Is it like when someone sleeps next to you? Is it kind of like
They can't touch me.
Dangerous for them, right?
Yeah, like my one boyfriend that's in prison right now. He tried to shake me one day.
Yeah.
And I pretty much almost choked him.
Oh my God.
You can't touch me when I'm sleeping like that, especially when I'm talking in my sleep.
Did they have you, wow. So, did they, I know you don't want, I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it. I don't want to make you talk about it.
Yeah, I don't like talking about it because it brings back the demons.
And you know what? You're fully covered with God's blood, especially when you're talking to your brother.
And
but I'm going to leave that be until we get a little more faith.
The God thing, like, I recently found God again. I was Wiccan for a long time. When I went overseas, I turned to being Wiccan because I felt, why would God put me in that hellhole?
And there was no substance in the Wiccans, right?
And I felt I was going to hell anyways.
Right. But there's no substance there, and you came back where the food was, right?
Actually, there is, like, if you look into it,
I ain't going.
No, I know. I understand.
I'm not even going to entertain it.
There's
You know what? Like you said, you don't want to talk about the. We ain't gonna go there, right?
Yeah.
So 4 years active.
Yeah.
I'm sure you saved a lot of lives.
Maybe.
Okay, and then we'll leave that there because
I'm very humble about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was just my job.
Hey, Amy, first of all, I want to salute you first, and I want to say thank you, man. Thank you very much for serving. I appreciate your service, man, and I appreciate your service in and outside of the military.
I also thank thank God for my training because I've saved people over here too. So.
And that's what I was getting to. That's crazy. You're reading my mind. Hey, you want to run this interview or you want me to run it? So, Amy, okay, so you did your 4 years. You came home from the military, and you were, what, 20 years old or 21?
I was, 19 I went in.
Oh, you went in 19?
Yeah.
Okay, so you was 23 years old.
Yep.
What was your life like then? Have you ever been married or?
Just relationships off and on. I don't believe in marriage.
Okay, and then did you have any kids behind you?
I have 2 wonderful daughters and I have a grandson now.
A grandson? You shouldn't tell people that, girl. Y'all looking good. Talking about you got 10 kids and stuff. All right, so how old are your kids?
My oldest daughter on the 31st, or youngest on the 31st will be 23.
Okay.
My oldest will be, oh, now you make me think.
Oh,
35.
Oh, wow.
Or 12.
This girl looks good, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. God's been good to her because she had a 35-year-old, and that's like, man, that's okay. We ain't gonna do that much math. All right, so, when you came home, did you go straight to Appleton or did you go to Milwaukee?
No, I moved up north.
Up north.
To the New London, Fremont area.
Okay.
And then I got into trouble with some drugs and stuff like that, and I got put in jail for a while.
Okay.
And then after I got out of prison, I decided to come to this area because the resources were better.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to get housing for people that were in prison or people that, the re-entry here is better.
Okay.
And I thought it was easier, and then I just fell into the drug circle because, I stopped caring about myself for a while.
Okay. And when did you have your first child?
My first child, I had her at 17.
Oh, so this child was already conceived.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and the second one came along when?
8 years later.
8 years later, and you were already.
Well, after I got home. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Wow.
8 years later. Yeah.
So, the father of the children, are you guys still pretty much cool?
No, we don't speak to each other.
And the youngest one, the father lives here, right?
He lives in Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. Okay.
My oldest one's father lives here, but it's their choice not to speak to him, and I just don't speak to him, period.
Okay. And how's your relationship with your kids?
It's off and on. My oldest daughter likes to try telling me what to do.
You get one of those?
Holding my grandbaby hostage.
Well, all my little girls have been trying to tell me what to do since they knew how to talk.
Yeah, I mean, guess what? Sadly, I listen to. They're my babies.
The grandbaby?
Yeah, my grandbaby's a little brat already. He's spoiled.
So we made it back. Fast forward, we had the kids, and you moved to Appleton for the resources, and you got involved with the drug crowd.
Yeah.
What is some of the stuff you witnessed out here? So earlier, I know you told me you brought a few people back to life.
The drug use and the abuse on women and people that are mentally handicapped, and people taking advantage of people, the homeless, stealing from the homeless.
Man.
Fighting and drinking, it's just ridiculous because the resources we do have where we sleep, they get wrecked because of these people that just don't care. And when you say, hey, it's not me, then automatically you're guilty because you're in that bunch. They consider you that bunch.
Yeah.
They stereotype you from the rest of them.
Yeah.
And the shelters, they're hard to get into here.
Yeah.
You can't give up hope. It's easy to lose yourself out in the street.
And you've been fighting since I met you, and then the victory part about the matter is I'm gonna bring up later on, but that's gonna be when you get back out. So I'm gonna talk about that part. I'm about to let you go in right now, but you saved a few lives out here with your technique.
Yeah, there was a person that's an alcoholic that needed CPR because he stopped breathing at the park. I saved him.
It's dope, man. And it's so much more. This lady's loaded right here. Like I said, she's an onion. I love Amy. I've grown to love her as a sister, man. We've been to church together. We've eaten together. We've dined together. And it's so much
Clean
more
this
to
car
come.
together.
Shout out to Amy. Man, she was busting. She helped me clean my car together. That's why I don't look like I got tints right now. They look see-through because she hooked me up. So look, we're going to continue our interview, man, and we're definitely going to continue our relationship to build and help others because she's also a helper out here. She's real loaded, and right now she's going into walking into a victory. I'm going to let her explain that when she get back. But Amy, before I let you go with part one, who should they subscribe to? Midwest Street Talk?
Oh, Midwest Street Talk.
Midwest Street Talk. And do you have a social media just in case somebody wants to reach out to you?
Not really, I don't.
How about a cash app just in case somebody wants to donate?
Not currently.
Not currently? Okay, well,
But if there's a different cash app or transfer if you want to donate, like possibly or something like that.
I don't have one either, but when we figure it out, we'll leave it in the comments.
Yeah.
And then by part two, we're gonna do part two today. So, we're gonna catch up with you on update. We're gonna go ahead and let you go so you can talk to me about your victory and give me some updates on what they're doing now, right?
Yep.
God bless. Love you, sis.